Hello riders, it's Jock from CycleHunters.com. Today we have one of my favorite bikes, the Kawasaki ZX6R 636. Obviously, it's the newer body style, the new-ish body style I should say. The green, Kawi green with red KRT accent, and the black tank. Overall, great looking bike. And as we get into this, you're going to see clean machine. There's some little things here and there. That's how it works. It's a pre-owned bike. Going to have some of these things. But what we do is go through them to make them ready to rock and roll. And she's ready to go. Okay, so inline 4, 636cc. Motor that produces 108.4 horses at about 3,200 RPM, 45.8 foot-pounds of torque. You can see the Showa big piston fork. We have the Nissan caliper. It's a 4-piston caliper. Let's see, you can see the exhaust right there. Liquid cooled, 6-speed. Pretty much like all the sport bikes out there. Now these are aftermarket fairings, but they're really, really good, thick fairings made by ABS. We've used them quite often when putting newer fairings on a bike to kind of spruce it up a little bit. It's got the KRT style, so we wanted to bring it out and really make it shine. Again, you're going to have some blemishes, some stuff like that. But overall, when you look at the bike, tough to see some of that stuff. And, you know, again, pre-owned machines, you're going to have some of that. That's just how it goes. This does have the traction control. This does have the ABS. You can see there's the tiniest, right there. Little thing right there. Oh yeah, good looking bike. Little, right there. Love these Kawis. This does have a full exhaust, which is an actual standard exhaust stock. You can see the little spools down here as well for your rear stand. Your hugger. Again, I mean, you know, a couple blemishes here and there, but overall it's in really nice shape. Good looking bike. Seat height's about 32.7 inches. Pretty standard. Tank's 4.5 gallons, roughly 41-ish miles per gallon. And that really depends on how much you're cracking the throttle all over the place. Having fun. So you can see a little bit more, a little less, obviously. Wet weight on the bike, meaning all fluids, is around 432 pounds. So there you have it for your stats. For the most part, your technical stuff. In terms of the overall in the dash, we're going to get in there, explain some of this a little bit. But let's go here. Centrally located tack. Turn that on, there's your screen. Alright, so this bike has 572 miles on it. You can see, again, centrally located tack. Your gear indicator right there. Off to the left are your check engine lights. Things like your neutral, as well as high beam, low beam. You can also see check engine down there to the bottom right is the red one. You have the KTRC also, which is your power, where you see it flashing right down in there. So okay, you can go in and change the parameters for your traction control like that. You can it's off right there, and that's low power versus full power. So you know, that's not a bad spot to be. You know, you can adjust this stuff anytime you want. But I think the bike actually has to be off to do that. You see your clock in there. Mile per hour. Your fuel gauge kind of tucks right up in here as well. So a lot of stuff, a lot of info on there. All of this is controlled right here by your selector in the middle and your toggle. Here's your horn. Left, right turn signal. You can see that up top there. This is your hazard and your high beam and low beam, which we're going to have to use once the bike's on. This has some aftermarket levers. That's kind of it for the aftermarket stuff besides the fairings, you know, again. So let's see here. I don't think on the Cowie I have to pull the clutch. Now this is going to sound, it's going to sound good, but it's not going to sound like it would, what it would sound like if it had really nice Akropovich pipe on it, let's say. All right, let's see if it starts here.
When we service your bike, we hand you a key, not a need to have a toolbox. How was that one?
Yep, don't have to pull the clutch on a Cowie. Real smooth running bike. It's quiet because it is not uncorked. If you uncork this thing, it is going to sound glorious. You can easily hear that stuff on YouTube. So at some point, or really anywhere, if your friend has one, you can kind of get an idea. So you uncork it, you put an exhaust on it, that's going to get really aggressive immediately. This is not freaking out any neighbors, I can tell you that right now. This isn't giving anybody a jolt out of bed at 6 o'clock in the morning if you had to roll out and leave. Now, obviously, if you get on the gas real hard, you're probably going to make some noise. But this one's nowhere near what a bike with an aftermarket exhaust is going to sound like. Boy, nice and smooth. Oh my goodness. Boy, I can't wait till the weather changes and gets nice. Definitely gonna have to ride that. Good gracious. Okay. So, turn signals. You have your left rear, right rear. We're gonna hit foot brake here. That's foot. I'm gonna reach up for the hand. And we're gonna look at right front turn signal there. Left front turn signal. And high beam, low beam. Oh, I think we have to turn the bike off for that. That's high, low, high, low, and then you have a flasher. You can see how it's flashing right there as well. And that flasher is right there. For your pass, see how I'm hitting that? There you go. Cancel that in the middle. Oh, you know you got to do that. You got to. They sound so good. And it really, this bike deserves an aftermarket exhaust. There's no doubt about it. They all do, really, in my opinion. This just is all stock for the most part here, except, you know, fairings and some levers. Pretty much everything else is a stock part on this bike. It is all fully serviced. Every one of our bikes gets a 48-point checklist. So we're going through these things to try to make it as close as we can to a new bike. You know, it's pre-owned, it's used, it's going to have its little flaws here and there, but we really are focused on trying to make sure that you get a quality machine and something you want to enjoy and just go ride. That's one of them right there. So we check electrical, anything that we could find on the bike to make sure that when you get it, it's ready to rock and roll. Oil and filter, that's basic stuff. So rest assured, that is all finished. After we have done the service, we detail it, make sure she's ready to go, presents well, looks pretty, and gives you something really, really enjoyable to ride. You know, going through the twisties, just riding around on a sport bike, it's so much fun. And anybody that tells you it's your back that hurts, it's not. It's all in your upper body. It's kind of like doing a push-up the whole time in a little bit of a way. But once you get going, it's not really something that bothers you a whole heck of a lot. You really kind of want to ride like that. You do have to want to ride that way. You know, as you get older, maybe you don't like sitting in that position. But I can tell you, it's not as bad as sometimes what people make it out to be. It really isn't. But you can see, great looking bike, fully service inspected, detailed, ready to rock and roll. If you're digging this beautiful 2023 Kawasaki Ninja ZX6R 636, give us a call, 717-273-1809. You can see the full list of our current inventory at www.cyclehunters.com. You can email us at cyclehunters@gmail.com. We have cruisers, electric bikes, scooters, standards, the hooligans, beginner bikes, you name it. We kind of have the adventure bikes. We have a lot of different models to choose from, and really finding something that's going to fit you in many different aspects, mostly in safety and fun, maximizing all that stuff, and something that is affordable so that it's going to make sense for years to come. So we do offer some financing options. We can deliver bikes if you're close enough. We can ship them. It is just a matter of what is it that we need to do to help accommodate you. These are basically brand new tires on this bike. But there you have it. Riding season's upon us, folks. Don't hesitate. Give us a call, and hopefully we'll see you really soon. But until the next bike, happy riding.